Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Fireside Casts, and we have some playoffs main coverage. This is playoffs round 2 here in season 15. We're looking at Refujago versus Acta Verba. I am joined by Unicorn Wizard. How are you?
I am doing great. I haven't casted in a hot minute, so it'll be nice to, enjoy some nice high level TF2. I know a few of these players at the bare minimum, and I know they're good. And yeah, I'm just excited.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a good game. I suppose we can quickly run down rosters here. I know they are kind of ready to go whenever. But I suppose I can take Acta Verba, which it's looking like Gamble and Pineapple are the scouts. Motu and Cam on soldiers. I'm curious if that's Cam Boo or a different Cam. And okay, it is Cam Boo, I'm being told. Whoosh is here on soldier. I'm presuming maybe demo. Maybe Motu's the demo actually. Now that I think about it, and then Just Call Me Joe is on medic.
Okay. Then on the other side, it's Mob and Chill on Scout. Earl, and then I believe they're ringing Mr. Kausa. I believe that's how you pronounce it. So that's the soldiers. Alex on demo and Yop on medic.
True. So these are both teams that have, I think, the same regular season record of 13-3. Now
Yes.
I want to see how they played against each other.
So I had looked it up earlier. They played each other like halfway through the season. It was a Metalworks game, and Acta won 4-1.
Interesting. Yeah, and my chair here. And both of them have lost a round. So this is loser's side of playoffs, or lost a match rather. And I believe from the Refujago's side, it was a bit of an upset, at least against the lower seeded team. Acton Verba losing to Quake Live, who I think are a very, very strong team this season. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure they're the heavy favorites to win.
true. So yeah, gonna be an interesting matchup here, and we are on Gully Wash map one. I believe we are guaranteed to see Gully Wash and Sunshine as our second map with a clear cut to be the tiebreaker. Very interesting map there.
Yeah, you don't see clear cut too often, and it plays a lot differently than the other two maps. So I'm curious of like what the map ban uh, process was for the teams, because usually teams try to avoid a Koth if they're not super comfortable on it, especially a map like Clear Cut, which to be frank, a lot of teams don't really play. So maybe they just both feel comfortable on it, or it was down to like Clear Cut and some other map they got rolled on or something. But
Mhm.
I think it'll be interesting to see. It's a good series of maps. Sunshine's a lot more open. Gully Wash is a lot more closed, and the play styles are very different. So we'll see different styles, but good TF2 all around.
And this is interesting actually. So Refujago banned Bagel only to pick clear cut later on. So yeah, I guess just
The
choosing bagel specifically, which is weird because I think the average position is that bagel is the best Koth. As among like
yes.
invite players, it might be product second and then clear cut third, but I think in lower divs it's going to be um, product last and clear cut second. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, it could have something to do with like maybe I don't know their play style or what classes they feel are their strongest because Clear Cut and Bagel do play so differently.
Mhm.
Clear Cut, among other things, allows for those soldiers to just high bomb in, get behind, cause a lot of chaos behind. Whereas on Bagel, that's not really an option. The only way to get behind is to bomb in directly into a scout, basically.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. I definitely prefer bagel nowadays as my favorite. I have been very fond of clear cut in the past. I do think once you approach a certain level, when teams are good enough about holding the point, it's really, really difficult to flip it back and forth.
Yeah.
Whereas on a bagel, like you can flip the point back and forth just with good spam and like a small timing window. You definitely need like very sustained efforts to do so on clear cut, which can make things difficult.
I am excited about Gully Wash though. It's personally my favorite map. I know a lot of people aren't the biggest fans of it, but I think it's it's a good mix of open and closed spaces, and it allows, I think, every class to shine. Usually, when you're going to play Process, you're going to have a Scout go nuts, right? When you play Sunshine, you're going to have a Scout go nuts. Metalworks, maybe the Soldiers or Demos are going to have more of an impact. But on Gully, I feel like every class gets the opportunity to have that really, really big impact. You might still have a Scout top fragging, but maybe your pocket is going to do like 370 or something.
Mhm.
So I think, unless it's a role, I think we're going to get to see all these players and classes really showcased really well.
True. Yeah, and Gully as well as a map is very mid-fight heavy in the sense that if you want to if you wanna win, obviously, on any map 5 CP, you need to win mids, but it's so mid to lastable and
Yeah,
such a high stakes mid as well. We're actually going live
we
here.
are going live.
That, yeah, definitely easy to get caught up in the mids, have the other team kinda find a plan that works, and then slip, multiple rounds as a result.
Let's see what we got. Whoosh is a little slow, but he's picking it up, so we're fine. Both teams doing about the same. They're going, yeah, they are going each other's sides. Double bomb immediately coming out of red, but it's just to get some space. Chill over here on the floor, just kind of in big door. I don't know exactly what's happening there. Just doubles bomb over. Earl's immediately cleaned up. The other soldiers hurt on the floor, although they do get 2 kills. It's
Oh,
a 4v4. The medic is dead. It's just Pineapple and Joe. If they can get out, they should be okay. And like you said, yeah, it's mid to lastable. So they're
yeah.
going to lose mid. They're probably going to lose second. Although Pineapple's up here in river.
These spawners are all on the same wave. It's gonna be tough. I mean, Alex is trapping up shutters. It was a nice double bomb there from Cam and Motu, cleaning up Yop Yop, who had the scout protecting against the one bomb, but can't shoot 2 players at once. So that did turn into a pick, and they are cleanly getting the second point here. Oh, but Chill actually getting focused down by 2 scouts.
Little less clean, yeah. And now they're getting through upper pretty much for free. They know these. Oh, all right. I was
Oh,
gonna. Yeah,
no.
okay.
It
The
was
words that were
very
about.
clearly called, yeah, but
I was
Motu
gonna
just
say they know where the
it
stakes
anyway.
are, but I mean, losing 1 for getting out into second for free is good. It's still 50% ad. They're going big door, and they're just getting called now. Or are they going to commit? They do commit. This is not a good Uber, though. Everyone on red should just be able to get out basically for free, and yeah, they are.
Yeah, flip-flop on mid. I mean, having lost second, you're not, necessarily expecting to do too much on mid with your ad.
Yeah.
But unfortunate they aren't able to catch anyone. It's not super, super, close. Yop Yop still had to, back up and actually chill. It wasn't an insta repop, so we get to see an actual disad setup. And just the immediate pop through big door. And it's looking like Cam might be caught here. Does
Okay.
go down. Oh, and actually Gamble
Gamble.
going. That's 2 picks. So Flank pretty much getting picked off there, which means that, yeah, the pressure can continue. No need to really stack. They're getting through the doors, and they want second.
Yeah, they're pressuring really
Whoosh
well.
as well.
Whoosh is going to get taken down. That was a good play out of Kausa onto him. They're pressuring River really hard. They do lose Kausa, but everyone else is still alive. They're capping. Joe's dead.
Joe
Earl was in.
dies. Wow. Yeah, great bomb there. I think found a wrap timing lobby probably. I mean,
Yeah.
no demo for the blue team, and usually that's the class that spots lobby. And yeah, so what was disad, what was gonna probably be a flip flop on 2, or at least a refight, dry fight, whatever, into second, is actually just disad last now for Acta on Verba.
Yeah, so they'll be getting in soon. I mean, they're at 85 and their players are all here. Let's see if they can actually make this last piss work. A lot of teams struggle pushing Gully last, even though it is such a small last. I think, where are they going? Shutter? No, they're going River with their pocket and
Okay.
scout and demo. They're using the gun. Oh, no, heavy's in secret. They don't know about the heavy. The gun is
Ooh.
dead.
Okay,
Playing
they get the
point.
heavy.
Ammo
They-
can. Okay.
2 picks and the heavy, this should be okay, but they did end on the floor, which is the trouble. Nope does die. Causes next to go. Earl trying to make something happen from secret. And again, the picks are definitely in the favor of the red team. We do have Alex here ready to shoot the point. This Pyro, nice reflect kill, but with just Joe left, it will be a successful push, but definitely, yeah, as you were saying, teams have a tough time pushing Gully last, and I was about to say, it feels so much easier to push Gully last for me than any other map, because I don't even think about where I want to end the Uber, because I always want to end top right. And then we saw a team end on the floor, and it turned kind of sketchy despite having 2
I
picks.
think the heavy and secret threw them.
Mhm.
Is there a pause or did I crash? Okay, we're
There
paused.
seems to
Okay.
be a
Okay.
pause, which is a little suspicious.
Yeah, but I mean, could be attack, we'll see what happens. But yeah, you're
Mhm.
right. I think the heavy kind of threw them off because they went in and got the gun on the stairs threw them off, and then the heavy did as well because they wanted to end on the right. They didn't get any kills. Then they had to focus their fire on the left, and then someone found the heavy. Now the heavy immediately died, but it disrupted kind of where they wanted to finish, and that's what kind of led into the last push being so chaotic, especially towards the end. It worked out because I mean they went in with 70% ad and immediately got 2 kills, but
True. And what even went on last? I mean, last mid. Honestly, if you're either team, I think you take it. I think if you are acting on Verba, maybe some things to clean up a little bit because you did lose quite a few people. But preserving the medic, like it could have been much worse. You weren't put in a mid to last situation. You were actually pretty decently well off. You had the opportunity to like pop into mid and play a flip flop. But likewise, I mean, despite losing your med as Refujago, like still you got the kills, you got the point, and you got second. I mean, you really can't complain about that. So I'm curious to see what they try and change up on the mids because I don't think either team are like necessarily unhappy with the outcome.
yeah, I mean, Refujago lost their med and then did a really good coordination to kill everyone but the med,
Hmm.
And but I think exactly what you said. They're both teams are fine. One team wins the med, the other team lives with their med and gets full Uber ed. And it was working out. It was actually going really well for them until Earl got onto Joe, and that just kind of ended the round there. But yeah, I mean, I'm curious what they do this time because last was pretty cookie cut, except for the scout that went behind Big Door. That was weird, but it was pretty cookie cutter in general. Both soldiers they double bomb, but they double bomb their own side just to kind of take space a little bit. Then they kind of double bombed into each other. It was
Hmm.
pretty cookie cutter. I'm curious if any of these players really like to play on the floor because there's a lot of people who love to, especially soldiers. Oh, as we're
Yeah.
back,
I was watching Motu play the floor. Seems to be happening yet again here. And Mr. Kaza, yeah, just fading back. Ooh, but the immediate bomb, double
double
bomb actually from
bomb.
Blue Soldiers. A lot of damage. This could easily get cleaned up. Earl's so weak. Yop Yop is getting out. Mr. Kaza's going to be caught here. They're actually refighting the choke. And Earl goes down, gets traded out. Actually, my HUD is broken, but I can see many of the picks are going in the favor of
Just
Refujago
pineapple and
here.
Joe, and there
Yeah.
goes Joe. It's okay, and they're gonna lose pineapple. So the ideal wasn't bad. It's a double bomb, double bomb just into the other team's choke immediately and aggress onto them, right? Like that's
Mhm.
fine. They got a kill off it. They got really good damage. I don't think their team. I wasn't exactly looking at it. Their team didn't get across in time, so that's either they weren't
Yeah.
ready for that aggression or something stopped them, right? For whatever reason, they didn't get across because if you get a demo and a scout across into those people who are getting bombed, they're just all dead
Yeah, a
immediately.
sticky or two, or just a scout chipping someone down. Like we saw how weak Earl was, and Yop Yop, for that matter, was very weak in the choke as well. Those could have been cleaned up with just a proper cross. But it is disad last yet again. Gamble actually with a pretty aggro gun, still able to get it to level 3, but I imagine that's going to go down pretty quickly when the Uber gets popped, as it does now. Pineapple up on the heavy. They will get the good positioning. Alex actually taking a ton of damage and Chill dying. Ooh, yeah. So much
I don't,
cap time
and
though.
they just capped it. All right.
Oh, I don't know if.
Oh, it was a
Yeah, I don't know
tech.
what both soldiers are
Red
doing.
tech.
I saw that Motu was like busy killing the demo, which is a pretty good endeavor. But they had those kills. Things were looking so terrible for Red, and then they just
Yeah, it's
can't never get stopped.
yeah. They got caught up in trying to get those kills and didn't stop the point. But anyways, on the third mid, again, pretty cookie cutter, nothing too crazy. Chill is playing on the ground this time, actually. That's a little bit different. Earl is in Big Door. This is interesting. So there's no real
Yeah,
aggression at all
Motu
right now.
very weak
Motu's
to
hurt. If
this
they can
man
kill
as
Motu,
well.
that's huge. Kasa is in. Huge bomb. They're taking space really well. Earl and Gamble, or Earl and Alex
Ooh,
taking down
but
Gamble. Pineapple's dead. Woosh is dead. Everyone's dead. All right.
yeah, Joe with no one to leave with as well. Meaning baseline, it's gonna be like playable disad into last since your med's not healing anyone. The Cam actually way behind, just playing for a flank play here.
Yeah, I mean,
But
they could try to make this last happen.
yeah,
Joe is just
100%.
now
I
healing.
mean,
It's
it's
like
like 30
30%
ad.
ad. Yeah. Although, oh no, your med's only on second now. I don't know if they can.
Still though, I mean, 95. Yeah, if they
Yeah,
were trying to take it, they should have been a little faster.
yeah. Your med should have been in
As
now.
they
Oh,
might push now though with the soldier pick. Cam trying to make a play happen from behind, and they do use through main. Although at this point, Joe, 99% getting Uber. Traps on point, get that. That's a lot of cap time, and Motu
oh
is
goodness.
unable to get to the point in time. Just gets caught on the ring. and that's going to be around.
I didn't look. Did he have sticks on the point or shutter?
There were sticks on the point,
Oh,
but
okay.
just kind of haphazardly placed. There was kind of a corner that was free.
All right. They need to change something up on mid if they want to
Yeah.
get back from this 3-0. Because, I mean, it's been the same story except for that first mid. They lose the mid and then they just lose last.
Also, to be fair, like most of those last were very holdable with just like that soul
Oh,
flash.
nice air shot on Nick. Yeah, goodness gracious.
Won't end up mattering in the sense that he's
They need to leave. Blue needs to be gone right now.
Motu dying. Pineapple's getting cleaned up. Cam is stuck in. Just going to be making a bomb onto the demo. Does trade, and that's valuable. Honestly, if you're blue, I wonder if you like rotate up to river here because obviously, no, they don't need to leave a guy to cap actually. But I don't know. Demo's dead. Can maybe do some type of fight.
They could, but the problem with Gully Wash is you take a fight in one place, the other team could just push the other one. Especially being down a player or two. They're content to sit on last. And this is the first, like, even last hold that we're going to see. So we'll see how good Refujago is at breaking it. That's another one that teams kind of struggle with. I know a lot of, higher level teams really just like to, people have called it basically pressure cooking, right? You put someone in water, you put someone peeking river aggressively, you put someone peeking shutter and balk, right? You get all these angles and eventually something happens. And that looks to be what Refujago is trying to do.
Yeah, a little bit discoordinated, and actually Kaza getting picked off because of that. We had Earl peeking Shutter alone, and then Kaza peeking River afterwards. Ooh, and the counter side. Chop is pretty weak.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Cam just went fast River there off that soldier kill. Obviously not occupied. Ooh, but they get 2 kills. So the counter sack Pineapple ends up getting caught, and that's a big deal. Ooh, nice bomb there.
Yeah, that's exactly what Motu needs to do. And that's exactly what they need to do. Just peek these players really aggressively before they can pressure cook you. They take down.
Go down. If Earl and River just wanted to rip it, oh, never mind.
Never mind.
So it's kind of scary because you don't have a single scout.
Yeah, they're not gonna. They're just gonna chill. I mean, maybe one of them. Oh, Pineapple getting really aggressive in River. If they wait, they use. Are they?
Joe has to pop.
Well.
Gonna be a longer Uber for blue, but spawners are on the way. Oh, Yop Yop's still trying to play bats. Actually doesn't take much damage from the scout, but gets bombed by Cam and killed. And at this point, Alex getting cleaned up. It's looking really bad.
Oh, he got called.
There is a spy. Oh yeah, the spy getting spotted means the back cap threat, which was really your only option here, is kind of off the table. Oh, but the bomb on point. Everyone's just clumped up. No one's staring at choke. Mr. Kaza able to trade out with 2. It's only a scout and a soldier, but still 2 picks for 1. At this point, though, spy just going for something, trying to get off the glass, ends up dying. Oh, an Earl up drop down. Just nonstop happenings.
He's going to get this medic. Good pick. Almost gets the scout as well. They weren't ready for it. I was going to say Ubers are about even, so we'll probably see a mid-second stalemate. That is not what's going to happen now. They are going to be able to cap mid, but, I mean, they can
I'm surprised they're not doing anything right now, because obviously Earl's dead, but the other team doesn't have a med, so like just slow peeking things, just exchanging spam. You're going to force soldiers off doors. You're going to force people back, just long term.
I mean, at the same time, though, they're up 3-0, and they've been getting these rounds really quick, so they're probably confident in their abilities to, take these points. So they're just going to get everyone, not really run that risk of a 5v, 5.
Yeah. Well, pretty easy dry push, actually. I don't see if there's any traps. Yeah, no, they're all safe.
They're already in through big door.
Big door. Ooh, Yop almost dropping their single-digit HP, and they get Joe. This is looking really bad for Acta on Verba. There's 2 players stopping mid, though. Yeah, trying to stop it. They're weak, though.
They did it, though.
They did. At this point, the entire team's coming back. Pineapple might have a pinch and choke as she gets piped. And
yeah, not much Pineapple can do. Now they take mid. Pineapple's 1 health behind. I mean, that saved the round.
Die during that. Yeah, at least like you don't have to worry about the immediate push into last. Although, honestly, I'm trying to think, because they still would have had to cap 2.
They're fine second.
They are, and they do get a pick.
Easily.
Ooh, is Yop caught?
Yop's dead.
Oh my god, so weak. The pack, oh my god, the corner peek from Pineapple, just able to secure that damage. And now it's a nightmare for Refujago. They're just, other teams flooding the choke. A lot of cap time on 2, though, but no one is really in a position to back cap that, unfortunately. So they're going to lose mid, and it's going to be basically full disad on their own second.
Yeah, I mean, they do get the med spawn, but they're down a demo and a scout. There's not a whole lot that you can do to hold second here. I mean, They could high bomb choke, but no, Earl's just gonna get out. They're gonna seed second, and they need to get a gun on. Oh, Motu dead actually. Mr. Kausa with a good pick. That nope, they're just using in main.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're through main. So at least they're getting a demo pick though. This is looking really bad. Earl at least gets the demo, and actually, who's like looking to try and leave with their Uber, which is weird because they have like numbers, I guess. Scout's on point now. The double pyro setup. I mean, if there's a class that's good at holding a point besides, or better than a scout, it would be a pyro, but Mr. Kaza, last one left, 1 HP against 2 scouts. Not going to be doable. And we do see Acta on Verba get on the scoreboard with their first round.
Yeah, I mean, that's one way to not have to deal with, pushing into a gun and a heavy, just immediately use in before they're even. And it worked really well. Pineapple, really good Uber. Whoosh really supported him really well, and that good round.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we are looking at yet another mid. And still standard stuff. Both teams both demos rolling out choke. Although this time it's, still Motu on the floor. This time trying to bomb chill and actually gets really good damage on them. And at this point, the double bomb comes out. Mr. Kaza in on the medic choke. Hits a nice rocket there to clean up that kill.
He's still alive.
And kills the scout as well, still living.
There goes
Yop is caught, however, though. So at this point, it's 3v3. No one is healthy. So I feel like a scout with a good time or some good aim here would clean everything up. Chill does already get a kill and gets better damage on Pineapple. Mr. Kaza here to... Nope, Chill will clean it up, and it will be a mid-win. Nice sticky over the point there. Mid-win for Refujagos.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't. Okay, so that their plan actually shouldn't have worked because Earl went like 5 seconds before Kausa. It was a double bomb again. That's what they've been doing. It shouldn't have worked because Earl just died immediately. He did like no damage with his bomb, and then for some reason, Kausa was allowed to just bomb past a scout and a demo onto the med and get like 3 rockets off, and then kill the scout as well. So great play by him, but it shouldn't have worked. It did work though, and we do have a spy.
A little bit of espionage, yeah. So I'm curious what watch this is. This is looking kind of like Cloak and Dagger.
This is Cloak and Dagger.
It's not horrible in this position, although your team should already be pressuring. Yeah, it's happening now. So I wouldn't expect a spy necessarily here. I think that this is a good timing. But again, you can see just that awkwardness of getting into the position you want.
Gets the demo. That's a great pick.
Yeah,
he's gonna live actually.
And living. And now Big Door is way easier to pressure. Uber gets popped, just trying to take that trade. Ooh, Alex does not get dropped. That was probably a fine play to make, honestly. Ooh, and Earl dying though. Gets traded out and
Joe gets the med.
Gets the med. Where did that even happen? I mean, obviously Joe has to leave. There's so much going on that you're not really worried about the spy anymore. But it being a backstab is kind of crazy.
Yeah, he tried to live after backstabbing the demo. Then his cloak ran out, and he like stared down his soldier, ran into lobby, and I guess they just got so distracted by everything else they forgot that there was a spy in lobby.
Mm-hmm. But I do really appreciate that as a team, Refujago we can see that they're confident enough in being able to play off like maybe more minor advantages, such that the spy getting a demo pick is good enough. Like, you don't need a med pick to get value and to get the point. No, just the demo pick, and then baiting out that exchange, playing the better Uber, catching their med in the post, stuff like that.
Yeah, and nice. They're going to go in through river. It's a gun and a heavy. It's what they've done every single time. Here comes the demo bombing in. They find the gun, gets denied. The gun is going to get cleaned up. The NG actually is caught, so that's a good pick. They could kill the soldier on the left. Cam's dead. Kaus is dead, but then Motu gets cleaned up. They do get the Uber, but it is a 3-man Uber. They are going to take down Alex.
Earl
if they can take down Earl, this is great. This is really good.
Look at Chill here. Like, full health Buddhist is just going to be so difficult to deal with. Scout is behind, but the cap time, someone needs to stop that. There's just not enough players available.
Yeah, and that's the strength of Heavy. That's exactly what you want to do with Heavy. You want to create a chaotic fight. You want, a lot of players to not have anywhere near full health. Heavy just comes in 300 health, just chips everyone down. It worked out perfectly.
It's just not enough health for those players to be able to reasonably deal with. Well, so far, Refujago's really showing that, they're confident on this map pick. Well, we are looking at a mid, and yet again, those soldiers trying to trade out the air shots early on, and Cam actually dying early. Earl just fighting a banana. Both soldiers die on both teams, but Chill is actually in aggro. Pineapple flanking behind. If they can lock out this choke and deal with the guy behind, actually, as I say that, Chill dying on the front lines. Now it's a little bit dangerous. Pineapple is in. They're trying to flood the choke. Alex doesn't have much loaded here whatsoever, and they are able to get through. Mob on the floor, weak. This is not looking good for Refujagos. Alex might be caught, is caught, and the health is so bad. Yop Yop, 20 HP. At least the soldiers are here to prevent a scout from peeking, getting that kill on the med, but...
Where'd the Uber come from?
Oh, they do just use someone... They got forced somehow. I'm not seeing any dead soldiers. No, they just immediately
I think that might have just been... Okay, I could be mistaken. I think that was maybe just an accidental pop. But regardless, Cam's dead. Fight on mid... Oh, well, bye, Yop Yop.
Joe was weak. Joe was 40 HP, so it was a force to something. I just don't know if it was a soldier that bombed and got out. Oh, and Chill actually behind cleans up the med. That's actually a really important pick here, because they do full wipe, but at least it's not going to be disad. And better spawners, you can probably fight too.
There is a world where they fight too, but it doesn't seem like they're...
Yeah, they don't want to. That's fine. I mean, I don't think their last hold has been broken yet. Actually, I don't know if we've properly seen Refujagos hold evens on last. Last time around, it was the other team. So yeah, we'll have to see what can get cooked up here. I don't know if there's any strong off-classers on the blue team or not. Personally, I don't even like... I think that Spy's okay into this last. I think that sniping into this last is severely overrated.
It is. Because you can't really... Shutter is telegraphed, right? Because you're going to have someone playing close shutter. Like, look at Earl. He's right there. He's going to be able to shut down the sniper. Sniper peeking Balk has to wide swing, and even then, there's not really a great angle.
Like, so many of your peaks, you're just asking to die, and then giving up the utility of being able to get a flank scout in water to have that class just doesn't feel worth it to me.
Speaking of which, there goes Pineapple, or Gamble, excuse me.
You can see here that just forces Mr. Kaza to give up a door and come fight water. Meaning there is a free door right now if the blue team were to pressure all their doors at once, which isn't actually happening. They're kind of stacked up in river. And Whoosh dies to stickies. Bit of a failed pressure cook there. Losing only a demo and not anyone else means that it's still a comfy enough counter sack hold. They're not too worried. But yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah, Pineapple technic outside. And he hits the force. Earl was in as well. All right. And Motu's dead as well. Wait a second.
He's going to die here. Stuck in water. And there's a Pyro that wants that pick.
They can just push. Just push now. They're down 3. Pineapple is just now spawning.
To find Gamble. And actually starts off the exchange with a pipe. Which, yeah, Gamble's going to try to be running away. Oh, man, 9 HP. Chill. Unable to chip that scout down. But still, very, very easy push into second. There was the back cap threat of Gamble, but that has been dealt with. And Gamble still hasn't gotten the pack. There we go. And yeah, still add into mid.
50% add. They are getting through choke already. They're trying their best to clear these stickies. Kausa, there's a few that haven't been seen, so that could do something. Oh, no, he dead.
Yeah,
they bomb Fope.
Back in from Motu. It was like... Took some damage in midair, collided with someone or something. That was a weird looking bomb. But anyway, Ubers will even out. They're going to deny the soldier, meaning you have a little bit of a time window to get better pressure than you would otherwise. And it's
how passive
like
they are.
Just getting through choke, yeah. Wow.
This is going to get cleaned up, though.
It does turn into just a soldier sack. And actually, yeah, honestly, if you're acting on Verba, you're pretty happy with how that turned out.
Yeah.
Considering the space they got.
I think, well, actually, Cam's going to go in, so I'll wait.
One spotted drop.
They don't know. Cam's in.
Oh,
doesn't
the bomb's
know
the wrong side.
So we'll kill Earl, I think.
Silver trade? Oh, damn. Unfortunate. That would have been very funny if the completely perfect unspotted drop-down bomb just turned into a soldier trade.
Yeah. What I think happened on that second is I don't think Refujago were actually ready for or prepared for the other team to be so passive.
Yeah.
Like they wanted to pressure the choke. You know, usually there's a soldier playing right there or whatever, but they just got it for free and, you know, are like, all right, I guess I'm sacking now. So
once you get that space as well, you oftentimes force their demo to like at least look at you or rotate. Oh my God, dropping to the lock and load.
Oh, yeah.
Alex with that deep peek through big door is able to drop the med. Whoosh is still forward choke and getting a trap kill, but trying to jump out now. Actually just trying to sack in. Realize that they were caught and likely gonna die. Tries to get some value. But yeah, fantastic pressure there. And depending on how Mickey you judge that primary to be, a nice lock and load drop nonetheless from Alex. And that grants Refujago's full out into last.
Yeah, and all right. So, chill on the chill on the heavy again. It worked
Yes.
really well last time. They have on the other side. They have a pyro and a heavy. So I'm curious. Are they? They're not going to have a gun to deal with. So you're putting a lot of stock in your pyro right now to deny them in river. But it doesn't look like
Motu can
yeah,
hear
they
the
just went
heavy
through
as well,
shutter.
so they
Look how
definitely
deep they
know
are with
about
the
it.
super.
True. And actually, Pineapple not forced into spawn quite yet.
No,
Uber gets 2 picks though, but
two.
they're getting cleaned up. Mobe dying. Alex very, very weak. But again, the
That's
cap
it.
time, just Soldiers not in positions. I think at that point they were dead, but Soldiers unable to stop the point. That probably cost Acton on Verba 3 rounds, if not more, is just cap time alone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you're right. At least 3 of those rounds, the point got capped when they had at least 3 players alive. I'm pretty sure. And I mean, it's hard. Like, it's not really the demo's fault. He dead when he needed to, but both his soldiers are dead. They're playing in spawn. That's what's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
And it's times like that, I mean, you just gotta like mix things up, I guess. Like if you're just consistently unable to fight the point if you're playing Launchpad, for example, just like sneaking a soldier into secret or having a soldier play behind point or stuff like that. Just making sure that your soldiers are actually alive to do the job they are needed for.
So, looking at the logs, so it's everyone on Refujago really contributing really heavily to the victory. Everyone's within 5 kills of each other. The damage is actually pretty good as well. The lowest is Chill 237, highest Alex with 313. On the other side, it's a little bit more of a spread. Pineapple's 23 and 8, 285 DPM, which is really good, but his team is it looks like having trouble capitalizing on that.
Hmm.
I guess the other thing that's kind of sticking out to me is the heals, I guess. Because obviously Pocket Scout's going to take a bunch of heals, right? But I don't know if that has something to do with it. Pineapple has 33%,
This
and
is,
Whoosh has
yeah,
22.
this is actually weird because at least teams that I play on for Gully, it's
Tank the
not
demo.
rare for a pocket soldier to out heal
Oh,
me
yeah.
as a demo and for the pocket scout to like not get very much beam at all.
Yeah.
So to see both the bottom two
Yeah,
heals
10 and
being
15.
soldiers is really strange to me. Because again, like Gully is just such a projectile dominant map that you benefit a lot more from pumping heals into your soldiers than like your flank scout, for instance.
Their stats are similar too. Well, okay, all soldier stats are actually on both teams are kind of mirroring each other. But the only thing I can think that's happening with the heals there is a lot of the fights, like the mid fights and second fights, they were over pretty quick, or it was like they like snowballed really quick. So what I maybe could have been happening is it would have been like a mid fight and both their soldiers died, and then they had to bail. And for like 45 seconds, the only person getting healed is Pineapple. That happened, I believe, on at least 2 mids. So it could be something like that, maybe. But yeah, I mean, you're gonna want to spread your heals a little bit, even though Pineapple is doing really well.
Yeah. So, what are your predictions then for Sunshine? Because I do think that this is a map where like a good pocket scout performance could
Mhm.
pull your team through a little bit, but it's also a map that, well, I should say that I think where Refugagos were succeeding last map was not gully specific things. It was just really good like teamwork and coordination. It just kind of seemed like they all knew what they wanted to do like on that map. And I don't expect that to change for Sunshine. I think they're gonna have still very like just solid fundamentals.
Yeah, you're right. It was basically all coordination. I guess like a change we could see is gully mid is really hard to get out of cleanly. Like if you lose the mid, right? Like if you lose a scout and a soldier, it's very hard to just leave, right? Because there's already probably a soldier and a scout on top of you in choke. Whereas with Sunshine, if you send your roamer in, right, for a bomb and he gets killed, or your scout just gets piped or something, it's a lot easier to just get right the heck out through choke or
Yeah.
valley or for cafe. So as far as like if the mids don't or if the mids still keep going Refujago's way, uh Acta non Verba should be able to get out in theory, right? They should be able to have more of a presence on second than they did. It shouldn't be as rolly. And then the other side, or another thing is Pineapple is having a very good game, right? He's getting a lot of
Yeah.
heals, but he's playing really well. Like that's objectively true. So, and it's exactly what you said. Sunshine is definitely a map where a good pocket scout performance can do a lot of work. So,
Mhm.
if Pineapple keeps playing like that and maybe his team is able to maybe capitalize a little bit more off that, or they're able to coordinate just a little bit more, I think this could go a lot different depending on that. But as it
True.
stands right now, I need to see a lot better coordination from them. Because, I mean, again, one scout can take it over, but against a well coordinated team, that's very difficult.
Yeah, I generally agree with that. I still honestly, if I had to predict, I do still think that Refugagos probably have this. It might be. Yeah, I expect it to be pretty close though, as we are actually rolling out here. And I gotta say that it annoys me. I understand the name Refugagos is a mashup of refugees and Ninjago because it's a mashup of those teams. But I have said those team names each so many times that it trips up my brain every single time to try and say it.
Let's see. Both teams pretty default. Cam's already on top of the other team's cafe, but there's not much happening.
It looks like a
Actually,
late mid, like kind of meet here. Both teams are kind of like doubling back,
they
trying
don't
to
know what
meet.
side they want to go.
Yeah,
Both teams.
Motu's in though through cafe.
Great serve.
Yeah, very weak though. Needs to go get that pack, and that means that the red team's going to be a little scattered now without like a coherent combo.
Frozen
But they are
behind.
back in.
They're all in choke, though.
They have the pick as well.
Oh, and Joe eats a pipe. Yep, there you go.
Oh wow! I was gonna say that Joe actually had very slight ad, so if they could have held on, oh my god, what a bomb! And can that get
So
cleaned
hurt.
up? Gamble's in. They do use really good use in my opinion. Players are so weak. You know, the other medic's dead, so you don't really have to worry that much. So look at Pineapple here, going for a spawn camp. Oh, but the soldier is a better closer. Never mind. That's just scout privilege.
Yeah, that mid I think was actually better on Acta than on Verba's. Like it really seemed like Refujago was of two minds of what they want to do. As I say that, there's a lot happening in Valley here. Pineapple is somehow just now getting cleaned up, but yeah, it seemed like they were almost of two minds of what they wanted to do. Right, like the Devilman was getting aggressive into his own cafe onto that soldier and scout who were over there, but the rest of his combo and I think the roamer were all the way on the other team's cafe. They were split up, and it worked out in the end. Right after that messy DM fight in Uber, but I it was better.
Yeah, bomb in from Kaza, trying to sack, but unable to die, getting out with 6 HP. And Motu actually maybe went for the counter sack, expecting Kaza to die, but Chill gets cleaned up towards Valley.
Earl's in.
Oh,
No.
Earl did bomb in.
Kausa.
Oh, but Kaza's following up, but again, there just wasn't damage on Jill.
Look how bad these spawns are, by the way.
Yeah, that's
These
down
spawns are
3.
horrible.
Looks like Refujago's not trying to play an exchange. They will just back up and concede mid, which is definitely a safe bet here. Very understandable. So they will just play second. Looking like Mr. Kaza will get denied. So very slim window here for Blue to do something a little more aggressive. But yeah, the soldier's going to be on the way very soon. So pretty standard type of setup.
Am in. It's a fake.
Double bomb.
Oh,
Yeah, that's I mean, that's a tough call as a med because it wasn't a very good surf, respectfully. Oh my god, Alex gets dead on, just carpet on plat and ends up cratering. This is a nightmare for Refugagos.
Yeah, and yeah, that's a bad position to be in as a medic because if you use, it's a horrible Uber. Your team's getting nothing out of it. If you drop, you drop, right? So they already, and unless they haven't even used it, I don't even know if they're going to have to use Uber.
Time. And now Earl should just get cleaned up. No, they're just going to finish off the cap. Wow.
Yeah, great play. That was, I didn't get a chance to say it, but that's what a lot of teams will do. They'll send the one soldier in, fake fade bomb, and then the other one just flies in, and it worked out to perfection. And yeah, we said the mids needed to be better. Last mid, up until it kind of went in a weird way, that was a lot better for Acta. So let's see.
Yeah, absolutely. It's looking like Whoosh actually rolling out choke to meet Alex here, who is playing a little left-sided. Still kind of central. They haven't really picked a side yet, but there's a nasty little carpet. This actually gets dead to nothing. Spam coming in from both of Blue's soldiers just playing on height. Motu very weak, though. Nice Rapunzel
Apple.
bombing in.
Oh,
Oh,
yep,
Earl
yep.
bombed in as well. Yop Yop dying to stickies, actually. And at this point, Blue can just trade down, play their heals. Things should be okay. Gamble eating a pipe, but killing Alex for it. Again, you're pretty comfy here if you are acting on Verba. It's just up to chill, trying to make something happen, but against these buffed players, yeah, not gonna be anything.
I mean, yeah, it's really interesting. Both these teams, and I guess Acta, that's how they want to play it. Both these teams are playing really spread out on mid. Like they have players on the left and right side, which you normally don't see that much. It's usually you're gonna pick one side to commit to, and you're gonna commit to it, right? That's the default. But I think what might be happening is Acta wants to play it like that. They're comfortable playing that spam game, playing it spread out. Refujago is not. So they're trying to mirror it, right, to meet them. It's not working. They're getting caught out. And here we are. They do have 30% ad. Are they going to use in? Yep, here comes Whoosh.
Yeah. At this point, only 20, though, so as long as Yakup's not caught to the Uber, should be getting in a post. And they actually kite very aggressively to... Oh my god, point, though. That scout got a lot of cap time, admittedly. Nevertheless, Refujago's... Oh, yeah. Do have Uber. I don't know if they would have had to use if Motu didn't bomb there, so it's probably still a worthwhile endeavor, not just a feed or anything. But Joe is getting out, so preserving like 20-some ad.
Yeah, I mean...
I think if they did just pick a side, like Motu is so weak on the right side, if the entire team just walks right and takes space right, that's just like a soldier kill, if not 2 kills, because both soldiers were over there kind of alone, kind of weak. So I don't know.
I'm thinking we maybe will see that on the next mid because, yeah, that's exactly what it is. When there's only 1 or 2 players on each side of mid, you can just commit 6 people onto them, kill them, and then boom, 4v6, 4v5. But it's about a 40% ad. Or where are they going to go with it? They know it's ad, right? They have to. Are they going to commit with it?
Yeah, it was slight. I think the building was better for Joe than it was for Yop Yop because it was like 20 ad. As we do have Motu sacking in, not going to be hitting the air shot drop again. Actually, not going to get any damage, unfortunately. That's rumor for you.
Also getting aggressive, Cafe.
Yep. Oh, actually, peek and choke as well. Choke is looking pretty free right now. Whoosh was forced pretty far back, but they're very slow to send a guy at this point. It looks like they're just calling it off, actually.
I will say, if I have one, I guess, complaint about Sunshine, it's that sacking from second into mid is pretty hard. It's getting in through Cafe is hard because it's such a long walk that you get called really early. Getting in through Valley, same thing. You can get called very early. Getting in through choke is hard because it's a choke, right? So a lot of times you'll almost see like the team on mid just send 1 or 2 players. As I say that, Motu, the one tip. Okay, Pineapple's dead. Now they can make something happen.
Just got completely shut down there. So with those 2 picks, choke is so free as well. Actually, Mo backing up a little bit, but nonetheless, the space is here, and Cam quite weak as well. Nice bomb there from Earl. Wants a little bit more, and the Uber gets popped. Yop. Pretty weak, will get forced to use, but it's a matter of whether these players are caught or not. Actually, the det just knocks the medic out rather than in. However, Cam and Motu both died fairly recently, so you can deny 2 soldiers and potentially keep things moving here. No Ubers in place, meaning that exchange threat doesn't exist right now.
Yeah, and look how passive they are.
Yeah, true. Whoosh is on point. Oh, actually, Pineapple doing a good job of getting damage on Mob. Earl, though, getting a trade opens things up a little bit. It's just a matter of which of these scouts wins the duel, and it will be Mob, actually. So Pineapple dying. Again, no Ubers to bail out either team right now. So you definitely have to be, a little... prudent about how early you leave because Joe pretty weak leaving, Motu pretty weak leaving. Those players could be caught if they linger just a little bit longer.
Yeah, actually, Whoosh got out dungeon and Kausa didn't chase, which is surprising. But regardless, they're just setting up for last.
And Kausa left pressure.
Look how deep he is with like a buff.
I really like this actually for a couple of reasons. I mean, the first being they aren't doing the thing that so many teams do, which is, sit around and be like, okay, what do we want to do? Like, no, they have been in this situation. They have that coordination. They know they want to go pressure left. And they're able to do it so fast, just seamlessly with the transition into 2, that the defense is just not ready. There just aren't players on the door. So it didn't materialize in anything necessarily, but it definitely like demonstrates that these guys actually cause a... As I say that, the only one in lobby, a little disconnected. But yeah, I just like to see that kind of seamless transition where you see that they already know what they want to do. They're already familiar with these kind of plays and situations.
And like just being able to be comfortable taking a play that probably won't work, right? But as I say that, Chill's sniping gets called, so they know the sniper there. Pineapple just eats the lock.
They get 2
Cam's dead too.
kills.
Campbell's dead as well. They
3
might lose both
kills.
too. Oh.
And the gun's weak, no engineer. That gun should go down very easily, and there it goes. And yeah, I mean, if you're Joe, you know you're probably going to have to use at some point. Actually, Yop first to use. They just take the trade. Going to be a longer Uber for blue, and actually they're getting some spawners. They're still down an engineer at the time, but considering Chill is stuck on sniper, yeah, Kaza going down as well. Okay, that's an important
There's
kill,
the good shot, yeah.
Oh, but Earl dying trades it out. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything you can do as Refujago. That was like such a golden opportunity. But yeah, just getting forced first, giving them a better Uber, definitely did not work out in their favor.
I think that's literally the only way that Refujago don't win the round, actually.
Yeah.
You're down 3, the gun's dead, you're stuck in a corner, your medic milks for like at least 5 seconds, and that was perfect.
Yeah, that could just be like wrong door syndrome because top left or top right is going to be. But even then, like I feel like you should be able to just get through without using. They're so passive and not really holding it. So I don't really know what went on there to force Yop. Nonetheless, though, Chill did survive on sniper this entire time, so they still are on the class, which is a problem for the defending team. They're doing a good job though, and a nice bomb from Cam does actually get headshot, but able to trade with the demo, which is a very valuable trade.
Yeah.
And at this point, minute 20 left, you're starting to think about that round reset if you're the defending team and the attacking team as well. You know, maybe thinking about your exchanges. Maybe you want to switch Chill off of sniper for the post Uber if you're playing for an exchange. Maybe you just want to like 3-man or 4-man, get them to push out. I don't know.
Let's see, if it gets to like 50 seconds, if I was Chill, I'd just go for a wide swing, right? Because you're almost going to be more help on
the door was just not covered there. Okay,
right, well, there you go, wide swing.
For it. That's the gun, actually. So I guess the peak would have been very difficult. Mr. Kaza dying as well, so proper 2-man. Get to see a proper... Now, if I am Refujagos, I'm giving up the point. I want them to cap, because I'd much rather play evens on mid than evens having control of mid than just a new mid fight. And Yop actually getting forced shutter. Both soldiers dying for it, though. And depending on how this post-Uber goes, they're not getting the force. The gun is still up. There's still an engineer. It's just going to be a little difficult for them to break anything here.
This gun is still up.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. And 15 seconds left at this point as the defending team. They do use. Players are quite weak, but still, like, yeah, everyone spawned. There's no hope.
Do they want to? No, they're just going to sit on last.
Yep. All right, then. I mean, a little scary from Refujagos here. They were given, like, literally the best opportunity ever to get, at the very least, full add into last with a force. With, like, very high chances of just a round outright with those 3 picks. But they kind of beefed it. So it makes you wonder, you know, how often are you going to get a situation that good again?
Yeah. All right. Let's see if either one of these teams commits to a side this mid.
True.
Pretty default. Okay, Kausa jumps his cafe, so to me that means they're going to be playing right side? No, they're not playing a side, they're just playing their own choke.
Moving. They're just sitting in front of choke, yeah. Which again, like, if you just move a little bit to the right on top of point, then you have high ground, you're not stuck in a corner getting wrapped. Like, that scout, actually, who did die, dies a lot sooner. So you do have Cam bombing in, gets dealt with. Man, I've never seen a mid with such poor positioning get won so confidently.
It's wild, right? Like, I'm not saying these players are playing it badly necessarily. It's just, it's so against what people normally do on this map, what both these teams are doing. But it's working out for all of them. And look at this, they're in top right already. They're already sticking out, and well, bye, Earl. So that might stop their push. Yeah, it is.
A little bit. I mean, no cap time, like very little cap time on 2 as well.
Also being dead. Motu on the spawn. There's not really sticks up yet.
Out even. Pineapple
they just use.
Weak. Yeah, it will be a trade. Alex does get flashed. Oh, but meanwhile, Chill tries to shove behind, does die. So they're down 2 players for this post, which is very scary, as we can see. Motu bombing in, a lot of damage on Yop. That is probably going to get cleaned up. Alex does die. Mobe is the last defense for his medic getting out. Does pay the ultimate price, but Yop Yop getting out safe and sound is more important here for Refugagos. But still, not enough players to be holding mid. They're going to be giving up this point as well.
Yeah, that was a good refight. They committed immediately. Didn't give anyone on Refujago the time to set up. And yeah, they'll take mid, and it theoretically should just be another mid to second stalemate.
Yep.
Which they're actually pretty good at breaking. They've sent those double soldiers sacks, and they've yielded
It
success
is
so far.
slight ad though for Joe, and I wonder if they know this because Yop Yop left alone, and I think it's pretty reasonable to guess that he left alone. But no,
Yeah,
they won't be playing this.
Yeah, it's 20 max, so they're not really gonna want to risk that at all, which is fair.
All right, well, let's see what Acta Verba can cook up here. We do have Gamble in Cafe, just peeking around. Cam through, choke fading. Both soldiers actually kind of fading. Motu going on the other side of the lighthouse. Gets some damage, but will die. And Gamble actually dying during that, trying to push Cafe or something. That's 2 picks, and the bomb through Mr. Kaza, actually a ton of damage onto Whoosh, who does get dropped in the Uber. Uber gets popped onto Pineapple. They do get the counter pop. And there's actually not a scout to chase, but down 3, this
No one
person
else is wrapping them. This is, yep.
Yeah.
I mean, they get a roll, but it's rough. I don't know. I feel like Pineapple is playing it really aggressively, which is fine, but his team needed to bait just a little bit, right? Because once that Uber comes in, the other players are going to be distracted. You're going to have more success on that flank, but they just went too early and fed like 2 or 3 people.
Isn't even a hold on to at all. No presence. Yeah, I do think that, I mean, if you accidentally lose an extra guy and you're down 2 into 2, or even like just double sack outright, if you're trying to play that exchange, you definitely need to play it like aggressively where you're taking it into them, not like kind of passively where you're trying to hold normally and then they get to see that you use and back up. And then if you overchase and get them to use, then you're kind of caught. And again, down players for the post as well. So your post is always going to be worse. You do have a dungeon Uber though. And the gun pyro setup doing a good job. Oh man, there's so many stickies on point. If someone gets unflashed for just a moment, that could be bad. And the combo not ending in a good place, just kind of in no man's land. Good cap time though. A little bit of explosives, some splash damage on point could do a lot of work here. Actually, never mind. Nope. They are all getting cleaned up. Yop Yop leaving dungeon, which is a very slow door to leave as well.
Oh,
could be caught.
If he's not dead, I'll be really surprised.
Yeah, bow scouts. Earl is rolling out.
Nice arrow.
Nice arrow.
It's not a good second arrow. Ooh. He's dead. Oh,
in the corner. Oh man, almost. Pineapple, 7 HP there. Did end up eating that melee hit as well, but just enough health for it to not matter. And it's a very late med death.
This mid should be basically free. I mean, you can just bait in Valley for like 2 seconds. A soldier may bomb in. No, they're just playing the spam game, and they're just all gonna bail. Yeah. Chill.
And
actually,
they can play this as slow as they want and still add into last. Because again, it's like that was like 150% add. That now is dwindling. Now it's only 90 add into second. But so,
I mean, you should be able to get second for free.
Yeah.
They're playing bats. I mean, as long as you clear the sticks and don't need a lock and load across the map, you're fine. Yep, they take it for free. And it's still massive ad. You leave the scouts cap. They're going dungeon fast.
Okay, and there's not really a gun setup. I mean, it's level 1 building. Uber gets popped. The engineer dies. This is looking... Actually, never mind. Earl is, able to get the demo. They are getting hits. Wow, did the Uber just bite off more than it could shoot?
I can tell you once this... Okay, well, I know exactly what happened. Does Cam... Or no, was it... No, Motu, excuse me. Motu didn't want to go in with the combo, so he took a few seconds to rotate around. Cam was with Motu because he was looking for a pack, because he was like 70 health. He's obviously not going to commit into last, and his med didn't arrow him before the Uber fight happened. So you're Ubering in with no soldiers. So the soldiers eventually did get in, but they had already lost a player or two, and the Uber was long gone. So
yeah, honestly, I think that like from a combo perspective as well, you get the engineer, you get the gun. I don't know if you need anything else. That might be it. You could just be happy not crossing, because it does seem like they tried to cross. Oh my god, the traps. Yop Yop did not drop. Actually, almost dropped a spam even before the sticky traps could be dead. But this was ad, and they did take it for 2 picks with Cam stuck behind. And known about as well. This should be an easy...
He's alive?
This should be an easy kill. I mean, very weak behind. I mean, that should... it's a flank thing. The flank's gonna do that.
Yeah, but if he can stay alive, like...
It is a threat.
Oh,
You're
he's
right.
dead.
Yeah, Earl. Good pathing there. And actually, look at this. Setting up the gun on last. Oh, never mind. Switching off. Yeah, I was gonna say that's like 70
Wait,
ad.
our
No,
producer
they
said
100.
they don't know they forced him?
They absolutely know that it's ad for them. They have to know because the Uber got multiple kills. There's 0. They know. I think that they were worried about that late soldier death. They didn't want to push out down a guy. So they do just call what was like 60, 70 ad as evens, which is a tough call to make.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
I thought they were going to go in because you have a soldier behind, you have full Uber ad. That's a great situation, but they just didn't. I don't know. But oh well. Even Ubers, no off classes on Refujago yet. We're pretty default aside from the NG. I mean, what are we gonna do? They love to shove this left door. So let's see if they. Yep, that's exactly what they're gonna do. They do lose their scout. They didn't call the gun. That's the only thing. So and Kausa dies to the gun too.
She'll also just tried to like win the 1v1 against. Oh my, the immediate Uber from Pineapple. I'm not sure what the vision is there. Because now, if like pressure into last goes well, for example, if Motu dies here,
get out!
The crit engineer. Okay.
Yeah, wait, accident. Hold on.
Cam just kind of popped off with a bomb. Got 2. Okay, I mean this is now suddenly fine, but I don't like the idea of giving up, like exchanging out of your own last, because Uber's a really good defensive tool if things go poorly.
Do they know about
just staying in, trying to die?
Yeah, but that's been honestly what Pineapple has been doing whenever his team is kind of in a good situation. He is in deep immediately, and his med is right there with him. It's working. I think it's working decently well if his team doesn't feed on the other side. And that's exactly what happened. They took that Uber in. They got a kill with it. They rotated. No one on his team died. And then they were able to recommit through lower left and bats and kill the players who were out of position due to not expecting that Uber. So it works there. Cam bombs into mid. Do they know about Chill on Sniper? He was peeking Valley, but no one ever pressured him. So I don't know if they know about it.
Yeah, I think that...
They know now.
They know now, yeah. I mean, it's only like 20 ads still, so if they slow down this push enough... Okay, they do just get the push with the Uber. Yap actually getting piped. A little scary. But 96%, they could immediately repop right now. You saw how aggro the demo was, Choke. Like, it's probably going to be a good Uber. Ooh, no! The drop? Oh, man.
All out of mode, too. He was the only one on his team that was really aggressive, and that was exactly what you need to do, because you're right. You knew that... It was pretty obvious the other team was just going to immediately Uber in. Yeah. Cam is taking the weirdest fight versus a sniper I've ever seen. Nice.
That's a trade. I mean, at least blue full wipes, but yeah, I don't know. That seems like a kind of textbook situation of like, you know, the flip-flop flow chart is once they use, then you decide like, okay, how much Uber do we have? Can we use and stop point? If the answer is yes, then yeah, that's usually your go-to play. But they weren't looking for an Uber and actually ended up dropping.
Yeah, and yeah, they weren't expecting that reaggression at all. Motu called it out perfectly. Like
unexpected though, we do have another spy, and last time on Gully Wash, the chill spy was very nice. But again, I think Cloak and Dagger, I don't know. This is such a long point to traverse that yes, you get to like technically choose your exact timing, but if you're stuck sitting in Valley for 10 seconds before you can even get to a position to decloak, then do you really have better timings? Because it's not really looking like
it. They're calling for it now.
Now they're starting to spy check because you're just so slow on this watch, unfortunately.
Yep. No one's really been peeking super aggressively out of Refujago, and they probably called that we have not seen a scout. So yeah, they know he's getting called. The med is on high alert. I mean, maybe he can get the demo.
If there was ever a corner to get spy checked, it would be here. Oh my god, that scattergun just barely missed. But I don't expect the spy to do anything, because the second the pressure comes in against a team like this, that it's conditioned. So again, for anyone being like, oh, the Cloak and Dagger just lets you pick more timings, is this really the timings you want to pick from? Is when the team's already like full looking for you, you just die while cloaked?
Yeah, so yes, that's the issue with Cloak and Dagger. Against teams who know what they're doing, if they don't feel any pressure, as I say, that Soda Bomb in onto Alex, lives for a while, but does end up dying, no force or anything. Against a team who knows what they're doing, if there's no like heavy pressure for like
Yeah.
15, 30 seconds, right? You're not seeing one of the players, you're gonna assume it's a spy. Huge bomb in. It's a fake. Kausa is gonna get cleaned up.
Oh my god, the upward direct cleaning up Motu. Earl does die, so it's just a soldier trade, but you're very happy with that rocket if you're Kaza.
Yeah, that was a really nice rocket. It saved his life too. But it's a 1-for-1. We're not really going to see anything out from either team. There is 145 left. Can Motu snipe? I don't know. That might be the play. Whoosh is saying sideshow. For those of you who don't know, oh my, well, okay. He called out his own team spy. There's a famous, or I don't know how famous. There's a clip of sideshow from years ago. He goes spy like 3 or 4 lives in a row, and it eventually does work. So that's what he's saying.
Correct, yeah.
Oh no, he didn't commit to spy. He was just checking.
They do expect the spy right now because the red team.
Because there's nothing happening. Yeah.
Which you can make arguments about the merit of getting in your opponent's head, but if that comes at the cost of you just don't have sack opportunities, then you're probably not going to be breaking the hold, forcing the med.
So it's just a solo bomb. Good bomb. Hits the direct, actually.
Earl is in on the demo. Oh, man, if they bomb the same target there, that's a guaranteed force.
Yeah, I just don't think Earl maybe expected Kausa to be able to get in and get that nice direct onto the med. Motu might get cleaned up in Valley here, which could be big. But Chill gets gonna as well. They're going to take mid.
Yep. Pretty easy push here. Earl will not be getting denied. Chill will, but with Motu dead, it's just going to be
exact same
even
thing,
Ubers
just on
yet
the
again.
Other side of the map.
Yep. The immediate.
As I say that, nice bomb.
Yeah. Yop, juking out the rocket, though. And that's 2 soldiers. So maybe some space-taking opportunity here. Choke is getting pressured. Mr. Kaza bombing through actually ends up dying. And both soldiers are committing. At least Earl gets the trade. But, yeah, you're not really going to be able to continue pressuring into mid. Going to have to back things up.
Yeah,
and
I mean...
now, yeah.
They might be able to push in a second, but their spawns are so... Okay, Motu just goes in. Great bomb. Gets cleaned up, though. Yeah. They technically had a player advantage for a little bit, but the spawns were so staggered that by the time those players got there, it would have been...
just, like, shot everything and will not have ammo for holding choke. Yeah, they're not doing anything with it, though. That was weird, like, super peak, just trying to get, like, as much...
Both these teams are really comfortable getting really aggressive choke, which is interesting, because that's usually the place that teams never want to peak ever, because you can just get crushed immediately from both sides. But they're throwing a lot of stuff out the window in this map.
Also trying to reshove Cafe, maybe clean up Motu, but the team is here, so we'll have to back up. But again, we've only seen like a couple sacks at this point. Definitely want to do something if you're acting on Verba. Because while I do think that, you know, charging stickies and carpeting plat from choke is, you know, a decent enough use of your time, if the scout clears it, then you're kind of useless. And, you know, the dude just sent... Oh my god. I was about to say, like, sarcastically, that, you know, you can only send your soldier through choke without any pressure a number of times, but it just worked. So I retract that.
For any aspiring medics, don't play on the point.
Yeah, easy.
The reason the force happened is Yop was on the point. Soldier is staring at him. Where does Yop go, right?
Yeah, can't
so
surf.
He can't surf. So that's huge. They're gonna. Oh, great rocket under.
That rocket. And it actually.
There's been like 5 times this man's been dead to rights, and he just hits a nutty direct and just lives.
Yeah.
It's wild.
If I'm Gamble, I'm really mad. Just eating that direct and then dying to just a wayward sticky on point, getting blind at. But yeah, still disad, and actually only 25. So with Gamble dead, it's kind of even. I mean, it doesn't even Ubers out. They might
come.
still take it. And they're a little slow to take this, milking a lot as well, meaning Yop now.
So close, 97. So close.
Oh my god.
Oh,
wow, that was so close. Could have very easily died before getting just... And against 2 scouts as well. Like, that is hit scan damage. That... Oh my god. Oh, Refujago's holding on just barely. Gamble gets spotted trying to go for the back cap. It's a full wipe. They know that a back cap is not possible. They can stack, try and deny as much as possible, and then take whatever ad they have, which is only actually about 20% into mid.
Yeah, but if the other team's down 2 scouts, I'm going.
Oh, like, absolutely.
There's no world they can do anything. Cam is the only person who can really do anything off that bomb. They baited out.
Yeah,
And
and
they're
both
playing
soldiers on
this.
blue kind of just use their health, so they can't do anything as a team.
Yep.
Maybe there's a trap, but that's kind of all their resources spent trying to do something on mid. And again, only 20 ad, but if you want to take this, then, you don't have yet, so it's still gonna be that ad, and they are pressuring choke at the very least, maybe trying to take some space, and space is being given. I mean, Joe playing back by Shutter, Whoosh back on Bats, so they will be able to successfully dry this 20 ad just by going a little bit early.
And they get Motu for it as
Oh
well.
my, this is a
Wait,
greedy
they're in. Look
Uber
how deep
though.
they are.
That is so greedy. This push shouldn't work. They get 2 soldiers though, so it might.
So big, yeah.
Gamble heavy on point. Joe does get Uber. Both soldiers die for the red team. Yeah, I expect this to be a hold.
Alex might be dead.
Alex will die.
So that, yeah, you're right. It was too greedy. They got in too deep and just didn't bail for whatever reason. Now they're going to be able to take second. Refujago are going to get all their.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not Alex. They
Dry
denied
pushing
out. Wait,
in.
go ahead. Sorry.
Did they? I was gonna say, just dry pushing into second off of 20 ad is already like you're cutting it close, and then trying to take that ad in the last that's just greed. Kaza is bombing in though. Oh,
Config, wrong config. Oh
yes.
boy.
And I think Kaza was about to actually kill the med.
Oh boy. All right. Let's
Guys,
see
it's
how they
season
decide it.
15. It's 2024. We've been using the new config for how long now?
Let's see if they can. Isn't this a fireside? Well, yeah, but you have to exec the right config. All right. Anyways, we'll see
Oh
how
wait,
they.
is
We'll
this a
see.
fireside beef?
I mean,
Oh, they have Archon. Okay.
yeah,
It's a very much not us beef.
not us. But let's see how they want to handle. I mean, if it was me, just whatever team has mid. So Refujago has mid. Re-exec the config, roll out, let Refujago take mid, just reset from there. Because the
There's
Ubers
been
were.
like a lot of controversy over how to deal with situations like this. I've always thought that the solution is to give the decision to either reset to mid, like for a mid fight, or try to recreate the situation, roughly speaking. But the choice of those two should be up to the team whose fault or who's
Yeah.
not at fault, right? So
Yeah.
if you're, for example, disad last and the team's about to win, but the config beefs, well, if the team that was pushing messed it up, then too bad for them. You get to reset. But if you're the team, like, maybe you're sitting comfy, even Uber's on there too, then yeah, you get to recreate that if you're the innocent one, I guess.
So while we wait here, I'm gonna look at the log. I'm looking at the log really quick.
Mhm.
Mo's 24-4.
Oh, that is a very nice stat line.
Utsu is 5-24. But a few of those like 5 kills have been massive. It's the Blaze, right? Like there's
Mm,
back when Blaze was still playing, there were multiple games where he'd go like 5-25 or whatever. But those 5 kills would be the reason that Froyo would win. So it's he's having that impact. But yeah, 24-4, not getting around. That's interesting. I'm not sure.
yeah. I do think that, I mean, Scout's getting 20 kills, whatever. It's Mickey. Soldiers are
Yeah.
going to be sacking. But 4
Yep.
deaths, that's tasteful. That's like just the hint of like fragrance when you walk into like a nicely smelling room,
Yeah.
is those
Honestly,
minimal deaths.
that's a good point. I don't consider scout kills to actually be real until they're like really up there in like maybe
Yeah,
even in the
it's 15
30s.
soldier kills. So, I mean, soldiers need to get killed still. You got to keep them honest, but I definitely respect like a low death stat line on a
Mhm.
pocket scout more than a lot of kills.
Yeah, but it is what it is. I mean, you're losing at 24-4. So would you rather be the guy who's 24-4 and losing, or the guy who's 5-24 and winning?
Oh man, and there is an unfortunate bit of back and forth about what they want to do.
I think they're doing what the one I said, where even Uber, you get mid. Yeah, okay, that's exactly what they're gonna do. So we're gonna
Okay.
re-exec. It'll be basically overtime. Well, no, max round. How do they want to do that? No, they have the max round, right? So it'll be max round two.
Yeah.
Refujago needs 2 rounds. Acta needs one. Ninjago's gonna take mid for free. Both teams are gonna get Ubers, and then they're gonna start.
Man, the scrim config should just like in the first 2 seconds of the game, just have like a
Tell
big
you.
notification on your screen, like, hey, this is not the progressive rule set, guys. Make sure you're
Honestly,
actually playing a scrim.
that's not a bad idea. Okay. So it's technically the right config now. However, um, Acta doesn't have a round in it. So if Acta gets around, it won't end
Yes,
immediately, but the match will be over.
true.
So here, yeah. So they're just going to give a mid. Both teams going to have even Ubers, and we'll reset from there. Okay.
Oh.
Two on mid. Don't kill him. Okay, they didn't kill him.
So I remember casting a match where a team, like something like this happened, where the config was wrong, and it was actually pretty scummy because it was they'd agreed to similar situation. It was on Metalworks. They agreed even
Yeah.
Ubers on mid. And the team that was pushing into second decided that in the time that they were building and rolling out, they would get a spy into position. And then only when the spy was in position, then in chat, like even to, you know, make them less suspicious, ask like, okay, are we ready, guys? And then the spy just immediately kills the med. I was like, really, dude? Like that is kind of low.
You're playing TF2, man. Come on. All right. Here we go. Even Ubers. We're going. Solar bombs in. It's just kind of a fake. Is Earl going to go in? No, he's just spamming Cafe, so there's not really any aggression. And they are going to back up, so they're going to rethink what they want to do.
True. Yeah, everyone's healthy, mostly. Causa not buffed, but whatever. And they're actually getting space through choke. Look how pushed back the blue team is on plat. Pineapple trying to make something happen in choke, but doesn't have healing support necessarily. They actually trade damage very favorably, and Causa does go down. Or Cam not dying, meaning they kind of just kill the sacker before it can make anything happen. Very surprising given the space that
He was just in.
Oh
my goodness. But are they going to lose the other soldiers? Well, yes, they lose Cam and Motu. That's big. So now you're going to have Causa. Earl's getting a little too aggressive. He might get run down. No, he's going to live. But yeah,
has to protect. I mean, you're looking for an exchange here if you're the blue team, and Pineapple's already like proven to be such an exchange-happy scout that I expect that to be happening. I mean, they aren't leaving plat at all.
Look how aggressive he is. That's exactly what's about to happen. There's a trade about to come in right now. There it is.
Yop Yop was very committed, all things considered. Honestly, they were kind of slow to do that. I feel like you can be bombing guys in. If they're going to be forward, like down people, you can get a very free bomb through a doorway for an easy force. Earl dying, though. And Alex died during that exchange as well, so not very good for Refugagos. And, maybe Acta Verba can push through choke.
Should just be in really deep. Right now, they're down 2 explosive classes. Like, what can they do? The soldier's the only one who can really deny you, explosively. I mean, a scout, yes, but a scout's also 185 max, can easily die.
Yep.
There they go. They got it. It's going to be a mid to second stalemate. Literally just where we started the round, where we started after the unfortunate config issues, just on the other side.
Yeah, and luckily that's all behind us. There wasn't any like crazy mid to last, or not mid to last at that point, but just crazy insta round score or anything. Water under the bridge. Oh, Whoosh pulling up.
Cam, big bomb.
Cam is trying to bomb the soldier. That's 2 soldiers dead. So again, space taking opportunity. But Refugagos have usually been a little slow about it. I mean, Whoosh is trying to hold these doors. They are kind of backed up though. Choke is very free. And space is being taken choke. But again, I expect to see a pineapple exchange. Actually, immediate pop from Joe. Didn't get forced either. Everyone
they lost Alex. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, and Causa dying as well. Dropping 2 players for the ad. If everyone else lives, this isn't horrible, but yeah, I don't know. Dropping just the demo, sure. Demo and soldier dying. Now it's a little bit sketchy.
You got to be careful, though. If you're... Motu gets the force. Earl gets killed as well, so all of a sudden this is huge. Cam may live. Cam does live. This is massive. They're going to get that force for free.
Okay, Gamble's dying.
Gamble's in dead. They shouldn't recommit. Don't recommit. Yes, you're down 2 players.
Just play the ad. Cam's very aggro here in Cafe, though. Actually getting really good damage, but...
Causa's in.
Causa is in. Trying to live, but that's going to be a little tough against that Very cafe-sided positioning from Acta on Verba, and that's basically the soldier sack. I mean, you don't really want to send another guy here disad.
I mean,
I
it's
really like the pace
third.
as well. Like, well, they're slowing down a bit now, but you know, getting through before getting Uber definitely makes it more likely you can play add into last. But at this point, only 20%. It's going to be like 10% by the time they could get to a door to use, so it will even out here.
Yeah, and I mean, they can take it slow. They only do need 1 round, so gun gets cleaned up. Who's going to second? Motu's full buff. He's in. Bomb in. Missing the rockets.
Oh, man. Yop Yop with some nice jukes, although Chill dying on Engineer
Well, might be dead.
maybe the worst class to die on. And actually, Earl over peaking there, just not healthy enough to be doing that, does die. And this is now very sketchy. Nice rocket from Kaza. The exchange gets taken, and everyone else can kind of just hide out and spawn, get healthy. This post is definitely going to favor Refujagos. Not favor them enough to push out in all likelihood, but enough to, you know, breathe a sigh of relief maybe, wipe off the brow.
Gamble sniper. There we go. So now we're going to slow down.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
and Chill actually was on Engineer, switched off to Scouts. They were trying to make something happen there. So the gun will be pretty slow to get built. Maybe an opportunity for like a, you know, an early sniper peek. But I don't know. It's looking like the hold is going to be set up by the time anything happens.
yeah, I mean, there's really only 2 places you can peek because obviously you're not going to sniper peek through dungeon. There's no angle. So you can peek this top right area, and if you wide swing it, Yop Yop could die, but Alex is playing so aggressive that's not going to happen.
Ooh, gun goes down.
Cam gets killed. It's a gun for soldier trade. It's not the worst thing in the world, but they're just going to back up. And then the other place you can peek that's a lot more popular is this left side area where both these red soldiers are. As I say that, Kausa, yeah, is just going to leave. So usually what you'll see is the entire combo will come to this left side. They'll pressure out the soldier and maybe the scout who's playing there, and then the sniper will wide peek with like a soldier or demo next to him.
Yeah. Basically, you're just trying to kill that soldier so that you get a deeper peek off.
Yeah, usually. And it seems like, yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. Gamble slowly peeking. They know he's there.
Okay. Nice shot. Gets the soldier. Woosh was eating a lot of spam for that as well. Now, this Pyro's going to make things difficult. Well, is on the cozy camper.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so, actually, a body shot there. Mo very weak. Forced to get bowed. They're doing a good job, though, of preventing this sniper from getting so deep that it's, like, actually a problem.
Yeah, the gun actually denies the sniper from really doing anything. Earl on the demo, good bomb. Not going to get really anything, but gets that pressure back. And every second that ticks off is great for Refujago.
Absolutely. At this point, Earl dying again. Gamble definitely showing he can headshot those soldiers, as we do have Kaza bombing, and very aggressively, actually. Was just hoping to kill the sniper outright, but against a buff, that won't be the case. And, oh yeah, Whoosh dying during that. Oh, dying actually to Earl's bomb. Or Kausa's bomb, yeah.
Yeah, so the idea, like, way you go about this, you get that soldier pick, then you need your demo, and preferably a soldier to peek left side, spam that gun down, then the sniper can peek. And what happened, they wanted to do that, but Whoosh was a little too far ahead of his team. Kausa predicted it and just killed him.
Yeah. Well, 50 seconds left. Gamble's still on Sniper, and at this point, Sniper is more of a liability class. I mean, you can't always just hit shots and the class will work.
It's the Pyro.
But it's not going to be consistent, necessarily. With 30 seconds left, again, nice shot on the soldier. And they get the engineer. Wow, they are playing so patiently. Like, most teams would have already exchanged here, but the patience is absolutely paying off. Pineapple's getting cap time. The Uber gets...
Look at that cap time. Holy...
He gets dropped in the Uber, but that is so much cap time. That might just be fight-winning amounts of cap time. Bomb in from Motu. Doesn't land on the point.
Everyone's so hurt.
Touches it. Motu's on the point. Trades out, though.
Counters are in.
To get cap time.
Good from Alex. Good pipes out of Whoosh. Great pipes out of Whoosh. Hold on. He can win this. He can win it. He won it.
On the point. Oh! The pain train.
Wait, Pineapple's going to be coming in. Where's Pineapple? Oh, he's in Valley. And the spawns are going to come up.
Spawners. You can just sit 3 people on the point. Now, a soldier bomb might do a lot, but a scout can't kill that many.
Here comes Pineapple.
And honestly,
that was so close.
That was ridiculously close. That cap time alone almost won the fight. If Motu killed the med and lived on like 2 HP, would have capped it by the time anyone could have turned and killed them. Just razor's edge in so many different ways.
let's see what happens on mid. Every mid that we've seen has been basically the same
since
thing.
we've seen a mid as well.
It really has, actually. All right, both teams out to choke. Refujago a little more aggressive, kind of. They're still playing.
Just very passively.
It's so weird. Okay, here we go. Refujago left side.
Rotating. I mean, they have damage to, but again, Alex just doubling back. They really haven't picked a side here.
House is in the other team's choke. Here they go. They're pressuring him out Valley. Motu's in from behind. Good bomb. Gets onto Alex. They
won't be able to get anyone, though. And actually, Earl just surfs that bomb and cleans up Pineapple as a result. So that's 2 picks into second. Very fresh kills. So Refujago's and Pineapple is dead. And I don't know if Gamble is as exchange happy as Pineapple is. They will just leave. Cam is caught as well in the door, so that's a soldier pick into last that they can pressure with.
Yeah, you need to be in the shutter on last right now, although Refujago not taking it really that aggressive. They are peeking top right, though. Soldier's in. The gun is not up yet.
Alex is committed as well. Good stickies. Whoosh, so weak. The gun's very weak, but they are actually, backing out. Kaza died during that, so they just said, okay, we'll back up.
Yeah, and if anyone is just now joining us, it is 1 round. Acta does have 1 round. The config was wrong. So Acta gets 1 round, they win. Refujago gets 2 rounds, they win.
Cam is sniping as well, which I don't think is terrible having a soldier snipe.
Wait, is Motu committing? No. Okay. I saw Spy and I was like...
Yeah, and there is no off class to be heard of. I think that, I don't know, I prefer soldiers on soldier usually. Just because it's such a explosive class, no pun intended, that yes, you can kind of hold the door the same way, but then you're in danger of like getting counter sniped and stuff like that. It can be a can of worms.
Yeah, and he gets off. He's up. Is he on shotgun? Oh, he's on banner.
Oh, I like it. I'm surprised to not see a banner get.
Both teams are on banner actually. House is on banner too.
Okay. So they must have spotted the banner.
Not banner, backup. They're on backup.
Yeah.
So the one that
I just call them all banners.
Yeah. They're on battalions backup. Yes. It gives you basic reduced damage taken. Yeah, it's the best one. It basically denies the sentry. Like
what is funny though is I'm pretty sure Cam is on a different cosmetic loadout. I know
so I can tell.
Yeah. What's funny is like Slice Rogue, for example, is a player who has separate cosmetics for his crits and Uber loadout. You don't really have to do much to spot whether.
Does he? I've never noticed.
I don't know if he still is, but for a very long time he was for sure.
That's so funny. Okay, they are peeking this left side pretty for free. Yeah, there goes the gun. Gamma's dead. Wow. He's gonna try to rebuild it. But
I noticed that both teams actually hold like very much just demo top left, where sometimes the gun's been a little free on the right side just because soldiers aren't always on the doors all the time. They do just use. I wonder if they have the banner. Kind of makes me suspect they do, but Cause is still peeking for spam, so I'm not so sure.
Oh, he would have used it by now if he had it.
If anything, he would have been in the Uber as well if they were trying to build it. So very weird. Okay.
There it is.
Popped. I guess just needed like 1 more rocket or something.
They popped that really early though.
Well, the banner soldier's first. Every time the banner soldier is like, yes, I'm the one. And they just die. But Kaza is able to get bowed. And
Joe's
dead.
Joe.
So if nothing else, they can back out and play their ad. But only a minute left. It's going to be a little tight. I mean, still, though, they're going to get
really,
Uber.
Though, because Yap-Yap's already at 70, 80%.
They have to wait for their spawners. They can take this push at probably 40 seconds, maybe a little later. Actually, Chill rolling out heavy. All you need is some cap time during the Uber, and you can kind of play it as long as you want, because unlike the a scrim config where it just hard stops at the time limit, with overtime, like round overtime, cap time extends it. So getting some cap time in the Super would be nice.
Yeah. There are 30 seconds to work with. I don't know if this fight's going to last. They bomb in. Alex is in deep. Does not... Oh, Gamble lives
doesn't get shot at.
Yeah, that was weird. Cam does get cleaned up. Joe isn't going to get the Super. Pineapple's dead. The Heavy's in.
Any cap time and you probably win this.
Joe's at 90, but like...
never mind. Oh my god, Gamble gets focused down. Joe doesn't have anyone to heal. Doesn't have anyone to Uber. And that will be a tie game. Very, very close, but Refugagos pull out the old bag of tricks, bring out the banner, and it does secure them the ad that they can win with.
So this is the last. Well, okay, we'll say I would say last round, but there could be a round reset.
Yeah.
This is, but yeah, next team to win a round does win this map. If Refujago win this round, it's going to be the end of the match. But if it goes the other way, we will go to our third map.
Those soldiers just playing spam. Again, neither team really committing to a side. It seems like Refugagos are just hoping that blue feeds into them.
Okay. Oh, good job by Earl.
Earl with a nice clean
Oh
up.
my God, Earl.
In the meantime, the entire team of Refugagos just kind of walked right side. And I guess a lot of the players were distracted from those soldier bombs and were having their backs turned, getting cleaned up. Because it is just Cam already on banner. Well, I guess still on banner, hasn't switched off. Actually, was playing banner to mid, maybe?
So was banner.
Apparently, Kaza is playing banner to mid as well. I guess these soldiers just forgot to switch off.
Yeah. All right, well, full Uber ad. They are just now getting on second, but like, whatever. You're going to have at least 50% Uber ad going into last. What do we got on defense? We got a sniper, a gun, and a heavy. They are going full.
Now, if nothing else, I would love to see if the engineer is playing forward with the gun again, just kill him. No, Gamble will be playing spawn. There's a lot of players top right, though. They tried to kill Alex and almost did, actually. Uber will be crossing, and they get a pick onto the Pyro as a result. That's a very valuable kill to get. Motu very weak, forced to resupply in the
Pineapple's going to get cleaned up.
Halftime's coming through. The soldiers bombing the point. Trades down all play, and suddenly the momentum from Refugagos is enough to close out not one round, but two for the map and the match.
Yeah, wow, that was really quick.
They just needed that little push, and that was enough. And honestly, yeah, no, the mid was very good for them. It was a weird mid though, because it seemed like they were just playing very back, hoping that players overextended into them. But I feel like if you're on acting on Verba, then you can just like play the positioning, right? Like walk up to the point, walk to those places that they can't really control that well, and just play better spam. I don't know. I mean, it worked out for Refugagos, I suppose.
Well, looking at the logs, I can already kind of tell you what happened. One team's med died 5 times, one team's med died once.
I was gonna say that's definitely a big deal.
I mean, okay, so that can be two things, right? That could either be the reason or that could be a symptom of what actually is going on. But it really just felt like Refujago were doing a better job of protecting their medic and taking advantage of what they were given. It also helps when, your scout's 9-1. But
yeah. I mean, we can imagine like it was Joe dying on mid and then dying on last like multiple times. I think for those 2 rounds. And for that first round actually that Refujago scored, it was so close. Joe had 95% and the players that he was healing in order to get that Uber just died. And nothing you can do about that. And it's just very unfortunate that it's that close, but just slips away.
we're done. Wow. I was not ready for it to end that fast.
Yeah, and the games can go long sometimes. Like I'm sitting here with some half-eaten food in front of me that I'm very happy to finish. But in the back of my mind, I'm always like, yeah, it always goes to game 3, so I should just be ready to cast another map.
That's exactly where I was. I was like, yeah, we're gonna go to clear cut. We'll be here a while.
To be fair as well, like there was definitely some Acta on Verba momentum, I feel like, where they were stopping all the aggressive attempts from Refugagos. But towards the end there, it just kind of slipped.
I think it was that bomb by Earl in the first round that Refujago won. He had the huge bomb in the last and got them at end. After that, it was just over. All the momentum was gone, and they just got bowled over, basically.
Yeah. Well, we've perused the logs a bit. I mean, nothing super stands out, honestly. Besides like med stats obviously gonna matter in a relatively short second half here, overtime half. A lot of mid-fight wins from Refugagos.
Okay, there's combined logs. We got combined logs.
Oh, let's peep those, I suppose.
Let's see what we got. Yeah, I mean, it's just about the same. It's the same kind of stuff we were talking about. one team's med died 4 more times.
Yeah, and I didn't even notice Mo only died one more time in, like,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
other half.
33, 24, and 5 is gonna is gonna do a lot for you. And honestly, as far as like heal percentage goes, he wasn't even getting that much heal. Like 27, yeah, but the other team's pocket scout got 27% as well. So I was just staying alive, doing a really good job of protecting. He died less than his medic.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, definitely, good stat line to see on Pocket Scout. Because a lot of Pocket Scouts just, like, die a lot when they don't need to. To be fair, like, there are times that, maybe going behind in an Uber exchange or something as a Pocket Scout can be nice. I mean, Banny does that all the time, but I don't think that Pocket Scouts that have a lot of deaths are doing that because they're playing like Banny. I think it's more so they're just kind of feeding when they don't have to.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, so we got the scout going 30, going nuts. I mean, Earl had a really good game as well, actually. 26 and 25, doing pretty good damage. Both soldiers, honestly. Kausa, the kills are a little bit lower, but I feel like he had a really big impact, especially on those last pushes, getting deep on that spam. Demo is, I mean, it's about the same.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else for us to cover here. Congrats to Refugagos again. Any shout outs, Unicorn Wizard?
Shout out to Earl and Mob. They are, I played with them a bit last season on an advanced team. They were awesome. So shout outs to them. Congratulations. Hope they continue to. I mean, honestly, if they keep playing like that, they're going to do really well. So
Mm. Yeah, shout outs Mob. Met him at LAN. He's cool. And shout outs to our producer tonight. It was CO. So thank you for that. But I think that's all from us. Hope you guys enjoyed this main coverage. Stay tuned for more fireside coverage in the future as playoffs, wrap up, I suppose, for different divisions. Yeah, we'll see you all next time.